Time now for our Spotlight program, as we do every Monday. Well, we're getting back into the routine, I guess. It's Chamber Talk with Nancy. Good morning, Nancy. How are you?
Good morning, Steve.
Hard to believe it's been 2.5
2
weeks.
weeks. Yes.
Long
It's
time.
lots happened since then. Christmas and New Year's. Did you have a nice Christmas?
Of course, yes. Nice Christmas, nice New Year's, nice past couple of weeks. So yeah,
We did too.
And the Morrissey family.
Yes. As you know, we have 6 children, and we're very fortunate to have 3 that live right here in Fairfield, and 3 that, not only don't live close, they all live out of state. So the 3 that were in Fairfield here, we had Christmas with them, and that is Sean, our oldest, and then James, who is the second to youngest, and then Kelly, our oldest girl. And so we had 4 grandkids there and 3 children and spouses, and had a wonderful time. We have 3 other children, Daniel and his wife, and our youngest grandchild lives in Baltimore, and they did not make it back. And Amy and our daughter and her husband and 4 children, which would have really added to the crowd, couldn't make it back. And Catherine, our youngest, is down in Austin, Texas. So we saw Amy and Catherine in August. They were both back. We went to see Daniel and Candace and Declan, the ones in Baltimore, in May. And then Thanksgiving, we had gone up to Minneapolis, and that's when we experienced our first snow. It snows earlier up there. But then late Christmas night, we packed up, and I'm originally from Ohio, so we drove through the night. John is so good about that, and we went to Ohio and spent time with my sisters and husbands and nieces and nephews and cousins, and my goodness, what a crowd. So had a wonderful time.
And now it's back to the grindstone.
It is.
Yeah.
But it's a good grindstone.
Yeah, it is. Well, it is a new year, and things kind of get refocused around, and got the calendar in front of us. Let's jump right into it. Of course, we like to highlight new members and the member-to-member discount program, so let's jump right into it, Nancy.
All right. Our member-to-member program highlight of the week is Fairfield Nutrition, and that is so fitting for this time of year. Purchase any product at retail, receive second product of equal or lesser value at 25% discount, and this applies to Fairfield Nutrition's entire line of cardiovascular health, immune support, hormonal balancing, weight management, and digestive health products. Now, who doesn't like drinking a shake? And at Fairfield Nutrition, you drink your shake not only because it's delicious, but for your health and for weight management also. Sue Gale, the owner, is terrific. She is so helpful and supportive with any questions you may have or any help that you need. So let Fairfield Nutrition help you keep your New Year's resolution all through the year. And they are located on the east side of the square. West side of the square at 50 South Main Street. That's Sue Gale, her husband, Art Atkinson, and they can be reached at 641-469-5770. Fairfield Nutrition on the west side of the square.
Sue and Art are great sponsors of the community, and
they
chamber.
are. Sue is on the chamber board
Yep.
too, and just wonderful couple, wonderful attributes to helping you keep your health where you want it to be or where it should be.
And they're both very passionate about what they do.
They are.
Yeah,
They are.
I've done the weight loss challenge over there, and they're very helpful and very knowledgeable and when you find something like that you're passionate about, you're bound to be a success, and they are. So find out more with the member highlight or member to member discount program. And stop by and see Sue and Art over at Fairfield Nutrition on the west side of the Fairfield Square.
Right.
What's happening this week on the calendar?
Well, on Monday, that's today, the Southeast Iowa Blood Center is having a blood drive at St. Mary Catholic Church from 2 to 6. Tomorrow, the Southeast Iowa Blood Center is also having a blood drive at the Jefferson County Fairgrounds Activity Center from 2 to 7. On Tuesday, also, the Chamber Ambassador meeting begins at 9:30 at the Chamber Boardroom. What a great group of representatives for the Chamber they are. Then on Tuesday night is Bill Blackmore and Friends perform. Bill Blackmore has been active musically for years. I mean, it was with Bill that, and we started the Live on the Square. How many years ago was that? Boy, that's got to be
9.
9 years ago.
This is our 9th year.
Yeah. That was with Bill. Wednesday, the Chamber is having a annual banquet committee meeting. We're starting to make those plans. Always a wonderful event where the Chamber is proud to announce all the award recipients for 2012.
Would that be in March?
We're not quite sure
Okay.
yet. There's still discussion open on the date, including the prestigious Citizen of the Year Award. On Wednesday also is another Southeast Iowa Blood Center blood drive. And this one is at First United Methodist Church in Fairfield from 2 to 6. Wednesday at 8 o'clock at Café Paradiso is McKnight. Always a fun night. And then Thursday, the Chamber is having an ambassador visit at 2 o'clock at Flirt. Now, they're a new Chamber member. They're on the north side of the square, and it's a new women's clothing store and accessory shop. Have you been in there, Steve?
Of course I have.
Have you?
Why wouldn't I be in a women's clothing and accessory store?
You just never know. When you're walking around the square, you just stop in and say, it's Julie Greason who owns that. And it's a cute little shop. I bought my granddaughter some Christmas presents in there. One of my granddaughters some Christmas presents in there. She has great variety of lines and purses and makeup and jewelry and just all kind of sweet things. So stop in and see Julie Greason on the north side of the square, and the shop is called Flirt.
We were walking back from our holiday office party over at Top of the Rock. We'll pop in and see what's new.
Also on the north side of the square is the South Side Books.
That's confusing to me, but
I think it's the neatest name. He had a shop in a different town, and this is Marple White, and that bookstore was called Southside Books. So why not keep the name Southside Books on? And it's on the north side of the Fairfield Square.
Less paperwork, isn't there?
That's right. There are hundreds of books, and he has DVDs, and just he's still in the process of alphabetizing everything, but and he's making his own shelves so they're perfect size for you to look. And he's starting to categorize them too. So, Westerns are in one section, and some of them he's putting in order by the author also, which is helpful if you like a particular author. So that is and they're a new chamber member also. That's Southside Books, and that happens to be on the north side of the Fairfield Square.
We're talking with Nancy Morrissey from the Fairfield Area Chamber of Commerce about the calendar, the week that will be. Lots of things happening. We mentioned it on Thursdays at Ambassador Visit, 2 o'clock at Flirt on the north side of the square.
Yes.
Saturday, the Farmers Market continues at the Senior Center.
Yep, from 9 to 2.
And a big night at the Sondheim that night,
Yes,
too.
it is. It's Donzilla. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce his last name, Tjernagel, and he's a comedy monster, I hear. The time is 7:30 that night. I hear he's very original and an edgy stand-up comic. If you like your stand-up comedy with a bite, think Jaws and think Don. There is no topic this comic, I guess, will not deal with, and no joke too raunchy for this guy. On his website, it says, if you haven't met a comic yet that can make you cringe and laugh at the same time, you have to see this guy. If you are easily offended, pass for your own good. This will be a fully uncensored stand-up comedy set from Donzilla, who is Don Tjernagel, that will contain material that is politically incorrect, socially advert, and sexually explicit. The stand-up comedy show may be very offensive to some people, is what it says on the website. So make your decision, and if you choose to go, that's Saturday at 7:30 at the Sondheim Center for the Performing Arts. Sometimes you just need a good laugh at this time of year. Saturday, also at Café Paradiso, is the Steve E. George Band. They are based out of Des Moines and brings an old school R&B, soul, and blues sound. So that takes care of our week for the Fairfield Chamber and for Fairfield as we know it.
Real quickly, I'm looking ahead just a little bit. It's hard to believe. And I think the legislative session gets underway today. Is today the opening day?
I believe it is.
The state of the state address by the governor, and then
yes,
that means the first legislative breakfast is just around the corner.
It is. It is January 19th, and it's at Best Western and begins, as always, at 7:30 a.m. Our local legislators, Representatives Kurt Hansen and Dave Heaton, and Senators Mark Cheldron and Rich Taylor have been all invited and will brief members, students, and guests on hot issues and bills coming before the 2013 General Assembly session. The floor will also be opened up for question and answer period following their remarks. Now, this is a chamber event. It's for chamber members, their employees, a guest. We have sponsors that sponsor Fairfield High School and MSAE students. So we have a great turnout. And, you know, I'm not that much of a morning person. I love my sleep in, and getting up and going is not something that I would be first on my list, dude. But it's wonderful. I mean, it is. I get there and I'm so glad that I'm there, and it's so interesting, and there's great questions and discussion. I just learn so much, and those students, it's just what a wonderful introduction to the politics of Iowa and our government. It's a good thing, as Martha Stewart would say.
It's the legislative breakfast. Mark your calendar. It's the 19th of January, and as Nancy mentioned, 7:30 in the morning at the Best Western Fairfield Inn. Talk about the Chamber Leadership Luncheon. You're going to have your first installment of that on the 22nd.
Yes,
that's a Tuesday.
That is presented by the William Penn University College for Working Adults, and the speaker is Kwabena Pepra, and he is going to be speaking on team building, have fun while learning to work together. Now, that is on Tuesday, January 22nd. It starts at 11:45 with a really quick lunch because at noon he starts to speak, and he speaks for an hour and a half. This is our fourth one that we've had. We started them in spring of last year, and then summer, fall, and now this is our winter session. He'll be the topics he will touch on is how to listen and understand other points of view, the importance of two-way communication, how to be committed to giving and receiving constructive feedback with other team members, and to value perceptive differences from your own. So this is January 22nd, starting at 11:45, the Chamber's Leadership Luncheon. It's for Chamber members and also Fairfield residents or whoever would like to come. There, you do need to register, of course, because there is a lunch served. So call the Chamber at 472-2111 or stop in. And that's the Leadership Luncheon on January 22nd. And then on January 24th, the Fairfield First Fridays Art Walk had originally had January 3rd as scheduled for their the January Business After Hours. And they thought, oh, right after the holidays and the art walk was going to be the very first or the very next night, they decided to postpone it a couple weeks and have it on January 24th. And that's going to be from 4 to 7. And it will be held at Hawthorne Direct. So they're going to have a Mexican theme. They're going to have tours. They're going to have gift certificates. It's going to be a great night. And that is, like I said, January 24th, a Thursday.
Thursday evening, yeah. Mm-hmm. Tim's a great supporter and obviously board member like myself for the Art Walk. And I'm looking forward to it. Taco, nacho bar, margaritas, wine tasting, Cedar Valley. So come on out to Hawthorne Direct. It'll be a great time out there for the Business After Hours. That's the 24th. That is a Thursday, a couple weeks, 3 weeks away from right now. So that is the week that will be, and a look ahead at the Fairfield Area Chamber of Commerce calendar of events. By the way, everything that we talk about today you can find online at fairfieldiowa.com, fairfieldiowa.com. Any closing notes, Nancy?
Just that I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas and their New Year's is starting off perfect. Chamber is in full gear. We've got a lot of events that's happening this month, and plans. If you have any thoughts that you would like to see the Chamber do or to happen, please feel free to stop in, talk with us, give us a call. We love the Chamber, we love Fairfield, and we love giving you as much as we possibly can.
It's 4 minutes for the top of the hour. Take a quick break, catch up with our forecast, and living the country life just around the corner. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, Steve.